Please welcome the recipient of the 2011 Stockholm Visionary Award, Alejandro González Iñárritu.
Please have a seat.
Hola. Hola, hola. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. The godfather of every filmmaker is Mr. Bergman. So, you know, all the filmmakers have some Sweden influence. And so I'm very happy to be here. I'm very honored.
And in this prestigious cinema, Bergman has been here several times.
Let me touch the ground. Okay. I was born in Mexico City, and Mexico City it's a little different than Stockholm. It's almost like an anthropological experiment, and I came from a middle class family. My father had a lot of restriction. We were 5 brothers, a brother, then 3 sisters, then me. I'm the youngest, and we never had the opportunity to travel or things like that. You know, we were very limited economically. And when I had 17 years old, there was a program that you can apply to get in a cargo boat as a sailor, or cleaning the floors literally, to travel to Europe. So I put myself there, and so in the summer I visit, and that was an incredible experience. It was 3 months. We went out from Veracruz, and then we crossed the Mexico Gulf. We went into the Mississippi River, all to Alabama, and all New Orleans or Louisiana, and then we came back, and then we crossed the Atlantic, 13 days, not seeing any land. I was reading all the existentialism literature there, listening to Pink Floyd. I mean, I have images that I remember that time in my life, very, very profound, affected by, the classic adolescence and loneliness. And then 2 years later, I repeat that same thing. But my father gave me $1,000, and he gave, I don't have any more. And I live 8 months with that $1,000. But it was a fantastic experience because, I have to, in a way, to survive, to look for jobs, and sleeping in Madrid in the parks. And looking back, I can see how those places impact me, that I return in some way, to Morocco, to Spain. And another thing that I think is important is that in the 1990, I began to direct advertising. I had the opportunity with another partner to create a company which we produce advertising and short films and some of the Zeta films. And I was able to write these little commercials, which were fortunately not for products, but were for a TV station that were kind of like Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas. So we were just shooting a lot of commercials that were little stories. With incredible freedom, great budgets, in film. So for 10 years, basically I spent more time in the sets than maybe any other director in Mexico. I really was all day writing these things, shooting these little things, editing, and then, and having feedback. So for me, it was a school incredible. I know that advertising has a very bad reputation, but if you use it as a way to have a camera and 2 actors...
It's an education as well.
It's just to understand the technical possibilities, you know what I mean, to understand the language. So for me, it really, and I was rehearsing because I knew that I want to be a filmmaker.
How important is it for you to work together with the same people?
It's a very... well, first of all, there's the emotional the roots, you have some past to share, and sometimes shooting a film, it can be tough, it can be intense. So suddenly to have a friend behind you, not only a technical collaborator, but somebody that you can make a joke, or somebody that you can have a drink, and that's a very incredible gift. I mean, it's a privilege to have that. The structure of each film was very different, but it was this kind of multilinear kind of thing. And I thought that, and I felt, and I think it's true, that people became very aware of that. And it became a little cliche. It became a little like a predictable narrative tool that when you are now, something that should be inevitable was kind of becoming predictable. And that's not good, because then I was putting in my position that, the next film will be 7 story, 1 in Mars, 1 in Venus, or what will be the next? How smart you can play with that. And then if the structure suddenly became the whole thing, then you are in a very dangerous territory, because the structure should be used for the dramatic purpose of the character and the needs of the story. When I finished Babel, I remember that I said in Cannes, I said, the next one will be of one guy in one apartment and nothing else will happen. I don't want to travel all around the world. I just want a simple film that will be simple for me to do. And honestly, it was not that. It was the most difficult film to do.
How do you work with actors? How do you handle them?
With actors or actresses, there's the guy that work from inside out, or there are guys that work from outside in. And there's guys that wants to have every information possible for them to process intellectually and then transform in some emotional or some action.
And information you mean about the characters?
Tell me if the guy liked the red wine, a Pinot Noir, or he likes a colder wine. I don't know. So you invent something. But I respect that because they need that. Some of them, they need that. And if that makes them feel better, that's great. And they feel that they do their homework and then they build something. And then there's the ones that they don't ask nothing and you don't want to say nothing. And with a look, you just understand each other, and they arrive to the set and they see the walls and they see the tools that they will play, or they feel the coat and they say, okay, I know what kind of guy this is. Okay, this is a Mexican guy that smells like this. Okay, and then they understand who they are by the exterior things that they process. And if you tell them one single word, like a verb, like something that define, like this person is like humble, or is this person is defenseless, or this person is wounded. That's the navigation that they will, and then understand how a wounded person walks, how a wounded person looks, or how they behave. You smell that,
Yeah. Okay, now it's time for the prize ceremony, and I want to thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Very honored.
To present Alejandro González Iñárritu with the Stockholm Visionary Award, please welcome Lena Endre.
If as a director you would make one of these films in a lifetime, you would be happy. I'm very pleased to hand you a very heavy horse.
Thank you very much. What Beethoven was for music, or Picasso was for painting, I think Bergman was for film. I think these guys in those art expression, they all of them took play the notes of all the pentagrams. I mean, I think Bergman did everything. He tried everything. And it's something that I think as an artist we have to follow that. Always he succeeds. But humbly, I try every time that I do my best. It sometimes succeeds, sometimes not. So I just think that the best way to thank you is to keep making films. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.